Nobody likes working for free, but it can be necessary to help you get your start. In this video, I'm going to go over when you should work for free and when you should not work for free to avoid getting taken advantage of. If you're watching this video, you've either been thinking about starting freelance editing or you've been editing for a while and are wanting to know how pricing works. And one of the biggest questions that come up when you're just starting out to freelance is, should I work for free? And if I should, how often should I work for free? In this video, we're going to talk about when you should work for free and when you should walk away and say no to free work. And when you are charging for your work, how to charge it accurately. You can apply this framework to any project so you'll have a clear outline of whether you should take this job or not. So we'll start out with, when should you work for free? When I first started freelancing, I told myself I was never going to work for free. I was somehow going to get people to pay me money without seeing any of my previous work for previous clients. I've heard all the horror stories of people getting paid in exposure or having long hours and endless revisions to not get paid anything. And I didn't want to be a part of that. So since I had no real experience and no professional portfolio to show my clients, nobody wanted to work with me. And honestly, who could blame them? If someone came to me asking for work, but they had no work to show for it, I wouldn't want to hire them either. By refusing to work for free, I ended up going months without a client and without any new opportunities. And that was the first big lesson I learned as a freelancer. I really have to put in the work, put my ego aside, and do a few free projects for people so I can get my name out there and to show people that I'm actually capable of making good edits. So my advice to you would be, you should take at least 3 editing jobs and do them for absolutely free. And if you do a good job, they'll probably pay you in the future for future projects. If you're genuinely good at what you do, editing projects will come. All that really matters is how happy you make your client, and if you make your client extremely happy and you do that for free, whenever they're ready to pay someone for editing, you're going to be the first person that they think of. So make sure you're showing up on time, communicating clearly, and over-deliver, because people remember the editors that go above and beyond. And those same clients are going to be the ones that come back with paid projects later, or at least recommend you to someone else who will pay you. One good free project can open the door to so many opportunities. So make sure when you're working on these free projects, you're actually putting in the effort and not just blowing it off because it's free. But really act like you're getting paid and try your hardest on this, because you never know what this client could lead to. But no one wants to work for free forever. So once you build a small portfolio and people start reaching out to you, when should you stop doing free projects? So when you should not work for free. After you finish those first few projects, you'll notice people starting to reach out to you more. Whether it's a YouTuber, a small business, or anybody, they're gonna reach out to you because they've seen your work online. My rule is, if you reach out to me, I will not work for free. When I take on a new client today that I reached out to, I always give them a video for free just so they can test me out and see what I'm working with, even though I have a portfolio posted online. I like to just make sure we're a good fit, and it's a good way to start a good relationship with the client by giving them something for free. But when someone contacts me, they've seen my work, they decided I'm good enough to handle their project, and that alone is a good enough reason for me to charge and not work for free. Since I'm not trying to prove myself anymore, I don't need to do these free projects. But if you're in a situation where you still are trying to prove yourself and someone brings you a nightmare client, should you just say yes just so you have work for it? Not exactly. Just because you're working for free doesn't mean you need to take every single client that comes your way. You still have to make sure it's worth your time. You should say yes the most, especially in the beginning, but there are a few handful of clients that I would recommend staying away from, even though you just want to get your experience. For example, if a client starts asking way more than what was originally agreed on and adding endless revisions, if someone wants a full YouTube video edit overnight, or multiple long-form edits in just a couple of days, and you should also say no if the project doesn't teach you anything new or add any value to your portfolio. The bottom line is, you should only take clients that are going to help you grow as a freelancer in the future. Don't take clients that are intentionally trying to take advantage of you, or take on projects that you're not going to be proud of to show off to future clients. Working for free should not be that stressful and should be seen as a favor for clients and a great opportunity for you to show off your work. Now that we've covered when you should and shouldn't work for free, let's talk about how you can actually find good free clients. A lot of beginners struggle about not having any connections. You might not know any content creator or business owners, and that's okay, because everything you need is already readily available online. Your favorite content creators and businesses all have their business email linked on their pages for you to contact them. Just go online, find the person you'd like to work for, and use their email, usually listed in their page. Whether it's a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, or a small business in your area that's active on social media, everyone needs video content in some form, whether that be ads, short form videos, or traditional YouTube videos. Most people will be open if you approach them the right way. And if you go to their profile and you can't find their email, you can always just DM them on your preferred social media platform. Make sure you build up your social following and post a few examples of your work on your page before DMing anyone on social media. Let your profile reflect your skill and the effort you want to put into their content. Now let's finally talk about how we can turn free clients into paid ones. When you were working on your free projects, you should be treating it like it was paid. And if you did that correctly, clients have probably come back to you by now asking for more work, except this time they want to pay you. When you deliver on time, communicate clearly, show up with a professional attitude, and over-deliver on your promises, people remember you, and that's how you start turning these free jobs into paid ones down the line. So once you're done working with a client and you give them their free video and everything's said and done, don't immediately hit them with, "So can I have a paid job now?" Instead, ask for feedback, ask how the video performed, what they liked about it, and what you could do better next time to make the video even better than it was previously. Once they give you the feedback and tell you that they liked working with you, then you can say, "I'd love to keep helping you with your videos. If you have any projects in the future you'd like to be done, I would be open to working with you again," or something along those lines. If you made the video well, they have no reason not to come back to you. And when they inevitably come back and ask for more projects, that's when you can start discussing your rate. And if they don't have a video for you right away, that's okay. You'll just need to put a little more effort into that relationship and make sure to keep in touch with them. A lot of people forget the freelancers they work with, they get their projects and move on, but that doesn't mean that they still don't have work that you could do. So just send them an email, follow up with them, see how the videos are doing, or just send them a message a few weeks later asking for more work. One follow-up email can really be the difference between a one-off project with a client and really retaining them as a retainer. Working for free isn't supposed to last forever. Every free project is a chance for you to build trust and show that you're capable and reliable. And if you do that correctly, it's going to catapult you into a successful freelancing career. But let's say a client's come back to you, they want to work with you again, and they're willing to pay you this time. How do you know how much you should charge? Knowing how much to charge right away as a new freelancer is always the biggest issue when you first start out. You don't know how much is too much, how much is too little. It's a really hard line to walk, and when I was first starting, I didn't really have anyone to reference my pricing off of, so I was just kind of guessing. This is not a clear-cut guide, this is just something to kind of bounce some ideas around to give you a general idea of what you could be asking for. So let's start with the beginner pay. You did your 3 free videos for a client, now people are reaching out to you wanting to pay. It's important here not to get greedy. I know you want to make a lot of money right away, but asking for too much too quickly will make people not want to work with you, because at the end of the day, you are still getting started, regardless of the skill that you just showed. So if this is your first paid client, I would price it around an hourly rate of around $15 to $25 an hour based on your confidence and skill level. However, I would recommend doing a paid by project structure. I find that it helps out a lot better with clients because they don't have to worry about you lying about your hours. You know exactly how much money you're gonna get out of the project before you start. So if you wanna go with that approach, I'd recommend charging $150 to $300 per video depending on the length of the video. If you're an intermediate editor, meaning you've worked with over 10 paid clients, I would start charging maybe $50 to $100 an hour if you're gonna go hourly, and I would charge $350 to $700 based on length if you want to charge per video. And for expert editors, meaning you have people regularly reaching out to you and this is your full-time job, it can range anywhere from $200 an hour or above based on your skill level and project rate. And if you're going to go per project basis, it could be $1,000 plus depending on the length. Finding the right price to charge people can be tricky, but just experiment with a few of your clients and figure out what feels right for both of you. The truth is there's no one size fits all for every project, so it's best to just think of your pricing as a project by project basis and not box yourself in by a certain price or rate. In conclusion, working for free isn't undervaluing your skill or wasting your time, unlike what I thought when I was younger. It's actually a great opportunity for you to make great connections and really project yourself into the future of your career. Taking on these few unpaid projects will build trust and gain a ton of experience on how to not only to deal with clients, but see what they like and how to deal with their feedback. And that's today's video. I hope it gave you a clear idea of when you should work for free and when you shouldn't. If you found this useful, make sure to like and subscribe down below. And if you need more video editing assets, I have a link in my description with some available on my website. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for another video.